the man who saved Lil Wayne's life. Before the world knew him as Lil Wayne, before the sold-out concerts, the platinum albums, and the countless records he would break, he was just a kid growing up in the Hollygrove neighborhood of New Orleans. Like many children in his community, Wayne's life was filled with challenges. The streets around him were tough, opportunities were limited, and the future was uncertain. But nothing could have prepared him for the day that would nearly end his life. In 1994, at just 12 years old, Wayne suffered a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The injury was severe, and the situation quickly became life-threatening. As precious seconds passed, his chances of survival grew smaller. Then one man stepped in. A police officer named Robert Hoobler responded to the emergency call. While others were unsure of the seriousness of the situation, Officer Hoobler immediately recognized that the young boy needed urgent medical attention. Without hesitation, he picked Wayne up and rushed him to the hospital. It was a decision that would save a life. Doctors worked tirelessly to keep the young boy alive. The odds were stacked against him, but somehow Wayne survived. At that moment, no one could have imagined the impact that child would one day have on the world. Years later, Lil Wayne would become one of the most influential artists in the history of hip-hop. His lyrics, style, and creativity would inspire an entire generation of rappers. Artists who would later dominate the music industry often pointed to Wayne as one of their biggest influences. From mixtapes that changed rap culture to chart-topping albums that sold millions of copies, his career became the stuff of legend. But none of it might have happened without one act of courage. One decision. One man. As the years passed, Wayne never forgot Officer Robert Hoobler. In interviews, he often spoke about the man he affectionately calls Uncle Bob. To Wayne, he wasn't just the officer who responded that day. He was the man who gave him a second chance at life. Eventually, the two reunited, creating one of the most emotional moments in Wayne's life. By then, Uncle Bob had faced difficult challenges of his own, including losing both of his legs. Yet despite everything, the connection between them remained as strong as ever. Their story is about more than fame. It's about humanity. It's about being there when someone needs help the most. And it's about how a single decision can change the course of history. Because on that day in New Orleans, Officer Robert Hoobler wasn't thinking about awards, recognition, or headlines. He was simply trying to save a child. That child grew up to become Lil Wayne, a rap icon, a cultural phenomenon, and one of the greatest artists of his generation. Sometimes history isn't changed by famous people. Sometimes it's changed by ordinary people who choose to do the right thing when it matters most. For the world, he's Officer Robert Hoobler. But for Lil Wayne, he'll always be Uncle Bob, the man who saved his life.